Hey, everyone. We're live tonight, Tuesday Night Raw Talk, streaming live through Facebook and YouTube on the Gorilla Position Network. Look us up, join us, subscribe, watch, follow, share our stuff. It's easier to share when following the show through YouTube. I am your host, the BBB, Jason Rumble. And tonight, as always, I have an all-star cast selected right here from the Gorilla Position Network. It just happens tonight that it's always the two of us. And Mr. Adam Jack Pelly, we gave you a shout-out last night to you being injured, and you came on, I believe, the same night you got injured and broken your ankle. So live from the Halifax Hospital in room. What room you in?
7222.
Live from room 7222. It is AJP Sidewalk Sam with the surgically repaired ankle. And as always, the stiff one himself, APOC, Stiff Mike. How we doing tonight, fellas?
Doing good. So you're in room 7222.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to go break us other ankle for me, I'll give you $100. I'm just kidding.
Well, fellas, I don't want to bother the lady next to me because she wants to sleep. So just sort of come on and say, hope you guys have a great show, and I'll be back again on the Rumble show, hopefully Friday night or Thursday.
Thursday night would be better.
All right, I'll be throwing it down Thursday night, guys.
All right, buddy, we'll hold down the fort. Maybe Mr. James Forbes will tune on in, or Mr. Capelli, or Mr. Devin Shiddick, who I invited on. All right, Pelly, man, we love you. We hope you get better soon. Hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. Hey, how do you like the new ticker on the bottom?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm learning how to use some things.
We'll be as big as Madison Square. We'll be as big as Madison Square Garden in no time, bud.
That's right, brother. All right, everyone. Thank you very much, AJP. Hope you have a speedy recovery, brother. We'll see you on Thursday.
All right. God bless, guys.
All right. God bless, bro.
Later. So there's some interesting things going on Monday Night Raw.
That they are.
Well, something that it has to do with Mr. Wade Bryant.
Really?
Yeah. So somebody brought this to my attention, and I had to see it for myself. But in that promo with Nikki Ash backstage, I actually slowed the video down and checked in the background. There are pictures of the Firefly Funhouse characters.
Okay.
On the wall. So, what does that mean? Yeah, something's up huge, and they're playing games with the fans. Why, after releasing him, would you put pictures up of the buzzard, the rabbit, the witch, and see if anybody caught
it? Yeah, it's strange. Because I'll tell you, I didn't see it, and so you're the first to point this out.
Yeah, well, it was somebody sent it to me. They said, "Hey, take a look at the background." So I went back and looked, and yep, there it is. Picture of the buzzard.
Well, I really haven't seen anything else online except for
Mark saying he's going to AEW, which I don't believe he's going.
I really haven't seen that. I've seen more on the line of the Fox and USA higher ups were quite disappointed with the sudden releases, especially one Bray Wyatt. Reports are that if Roman Reigns had gone back to Monday Night Raw, they would have been building Friday Night SmackDown. Fox would have been building the program essentially around The Fiend.
Right.
So with this draft coming up, I think that it kind of played to a hand of now knowing that the speculation of Roman Reigns moving to Monday Night Raw and Fox basically in a handshake agreement was, from what it wasn't said in so many words, but if you look between the way it's written, between the lines, it's basically Fox was ready to take on The Fiend and felt that they could do the same thing, if not bigger, with The Fiend that elevated Roman Reigns to where he is right now.
Well, with them releasing The Fiend, it just strengthens my analogy that Roman Reigns is not going anywhere. Staying right on SmackDown. Now, if they bring The Fiend back at SummerSlam, like it's been rumored to happen, and also, I don't know how legitimate this rumor is. I've only heard it once. Is that they want to put Braun Strowman and The Fiend together in a group and bring them back at SummerSlam.
Braun Strowman and who?
And The Fiend.
Yeah,
I only heard it from one place. I don't know what the see of it is. I've heard from a couple places that they want to bring Bray Wyatt back. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I don't think you're going to see him if it's his choice. You probably won't see him in AEW or WWE ring for a long period of time. But again, it's all hearsay.
Braun Strowman and The Fiend.
Oh.
I mean, it's all hearsay. You know what I mean? I don't know. The clown's back on. Yeah, whatever. See, he likes to talk because he's a keyboard tough guy, but he won't come on because he knows when he comes on, I punch him in the mouth and make him shut his face because he has no idea what he's talking about. Never did, never will, because he is a mark. I could hang shit off a tree and he'd like it. So again, as I was saying, I don't know the legitimacy of these rumors because I've only heard it from one place.
Yeah.
The talk was when they released him that the door was wide open for him to come back, which I still believe. And they also said they wanted to bring him back by SummerSlam. Again, I don't know how true that is.
Well,
so suppose that the clown can fix his jaw and get his ugly face on here, I can abuse him for a little bit.
It was rumored too. I read a report that there was just him. It wasn't even the storyline gimmick that people are trying to push because it was, as we know, Bray Wyatt to a certain extent, except for what happened at WrestleMania that we're finding out now that could have been one of the things that made his
decision to leave.
Yeah, decision to leave, so to speak. Maybe the rumors are true to a fact that him and Vince weren't getting along backstage, and that could have added more to his social to his mental health state.
Right. You gotta understand, like Capelli was saying last night, who gets along with Vince all the time?
Yeah.
Nobody really. Like, look what happened with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Took his ball and went home because he was pissed off because they wanted to put over Brock Lesnar without no build up and didn't mean anything and wasn't money. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Why would you just get into at a Monday Night Raw match and put over Brock Lesnar? What reason?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right. So I get it. I understand that. I mean, you know, the whole thing about wrestling right now in general, it's a complete disarray. From
Yes.
A to TNA.
Yeah.
It's just upside down and sideways.
Yep.
You
know,
I mean,
what was funny is I put up that meme yesterday about WWE and AEW.
Can you take the clown off the screen, please?
All right.
He's
we
the biggest fountain of misinformation I've ever seen in my life, but that's beside the point.
And Joey Kilmartin puts up, well, if you have a kid, and you put something up too. And I said to Joey, read the meme. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do how ridiculous wrestling fans of promotions are.
Right. Well, and Bieber's the perfect example. That's why I call him stupid, because he doesn't get it. You know what I mean? Like I blew up Fingers' method of, WWE creative. Well, no, because it's his own creative. He's not full control of that gimmick. So
yeah.
And he can try to defunk it all he wants, saying, missed by country mile. No, I was right on the money, you dipshit. You're just mad because I blew you up. Because now you have no reason.
I think Tyler Breeze said it best, and I best put that up there for a guy like Jimmy Fingers to read something like that, to come from a guy that was on the main roster, and those are words coming out of his mouth after getting waived, basically saying all these crybabies that come out of the system that Vince helped push and put money in their pockets just because you're given the time on TV. No matter what time it is, you make the best of it.
I agree. What fans like Fingers don't seem to understand is that it's a job. You're getting paid to do a job. Please, if you're gonna run your mouth, come on here so I can abuse you. Until then, shut up because you're clueless. Let the professionals talk, and you just continue to be a moron. You're getting paid to do a job, whether you're getting paid to wear a dress to the ring, and you can ask Matt Bloom. He did it, and he got paid to do it.
I look at it this way: no matter what the fans think about the way Bray got booked, and whether he won or lost, he had the highest merch sales in 2019. So, and that's irregardless that he got pinned. That he got pinned within 33 seconds from Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, which insiders say that's what the Prince wanted. And from what I understand, each guy got a $500,000 bonus for that. Yep. So Bray Wyatt lost the title for an extra $500,000. I think we'd all do that
understand,
too.
And believe me, I understand where the marks are coming from, Fingers. I get where you're coming from. I understand that you want to see what you want to see, but here's a reality check. If WWE called me tomorrow and said, hey, we want you to go out with no shirt on and a diaper, we'll pay you fucking $1 million a year, my fat ass be doing it for $1 million a year.
Yeah. And I think the reality of it all too is not even just wrestling fans. People can't perceive that there's one main event. So there's only really one guy that can get a top glow. You know what I mean? You're getting 2 or 3 hours on shows. Not everybody can be over. Or you can do what AEW is doing right now and put on shows
10 million actions and 10 million and 10 freaking tag matches and hiring all these people that they're not even showing profit. They've been in the red since they started. So, you want to suck AEW's balls, go right ahead. But in all reality, they're not making money. Plain and simple.
I like the fact of having something else to watch. The one thing I do know is Tony Khan's father, he's the one with all the money, and everybody thinks that Tony's the one with the money. And Tony's not the one with the money. Tony Khan was told by his father that he was given 5 years to get the project off the ground, and it had to be profitable within 5 years. If it's not profitable within 5 years, Tony Khan may be looking for a whole new money backer to keep the product going. You know, that's true.
I got into a discussion with somebody on Facebook about this the other day.
And his father, like the father's already losing enough money by being the worst owner in the NFL. If it wasn't for the fact that he owns one of the top 3 teams in the Euro Soccer League, they'd have no money. Yes, exactly. So
I got into this argument, and I'm gonna put it to. I'll put it to you. You get it, and this is for the Mark that's watching on right now. The kid said to me, "Oh, AEW's got more money than Vince." No, he doesn't. And he's like, "How?" Because Vince McMahon is a billionaire. His company makes billions of dollars a year, and Tony Khan's father back is not a billionaire and is losing money with the Jags and he's losing money with AEW. And nobody understands that. And they're signing all these people. They're signing Punk. And again, that's not set in stone 100%. I believe Brian is signed.
Yeah.
But, you know, Tommy and they're paying these guys well. So, but what I'm saying is they're not, and they're also paying a nut to be on TNT, and they're being moved to TBS, which is going to be a bigger nut to pay.
Yeah.
Not being paid by TBS or TNT to be on TV. They are paying them to be on TV.
You know what I hate most about the production of the program is the fact that
WCW.
Well, it does, but I hate the fact that the TNT logo is prominently lit up on their jumbotron throughout the whole show. USA doesn't.
Because they're being paid. They're paying TNT to be on TV, so TNT's using whatever they can to promote their channel. I get that. I totally understand that. But on the other flip coin, people are actually bidding to put Vince's product on TV, and nobody gets that. As bad as it is right now, you still have he's being paid by Fox. He's got to deal with Fox, and he's got to deal with USA.
All right. So I'm going to put it to you this way, Mike. I've read tons of reports. I read one today, and maybe you, Jimmy Fingers, don't approve what's going on. But unless that noise is fake, that we're all hearing on the TV, these crowds are hot and sold out.
Yep.
Hot and sold out. Yep. So, like,
and
you guys
they chanted for Punk for a little while. They chanted for Bray Wyatt for a little while. And Ronda Rousey said it best. You treated the guy like he was a piece of trash and expendable when he was there. Now he's not there, and you want him back. I agree with that statement 110%. Because if you love them that much and you believe in them that much, as Mark fans do, then you never would have shit on him when he was there.
Who's this?
No.
Who's this?
Ronda Rousey said it about Bray Wyatt.
About Bray Wyatt. She believes that Vince shit on him?
No, the crowds, the fans.
Oh, okay. Why did she believe the crowd shit on him? Like, I gotta.
Well, Fingers is a perfect example of it. I'll use him as an example. He shit all over Bray Wyatt. His gimmick sucks. He's this, is that. He blamed everybody else. When in reality, the person that was in control of that gimmick was Bray Wyatt. So if you're going to throw shade at creative, throw shade at Wyatt. Yes, you did, you freaking tool.
I didn't see his thing.
Yes, you did. Go back and look at the shows. You most certainly did. Dude, just come on and take your licking. Just come on.
He's probably going to sit there in his seat, not say a word.
Yeah, you are. You are. You're right. You are. You are the fire hose of misinformation because you're clueless. You're the biggest tool bag on this show. So shut up. And the
I
keys
wouldn't like. I think that Fingers to a certain extent. I'm gonna say this. I do remember you on a few occasions shitting on what Bray Wyatt was doing in the WWE currently. I do. And there were other fans disappointed in where the Fiend character was. So
and again,
how about we won't say shitting? How about just nitpicking things that you more or less wanted to see? You weren't shitting on him, but you nitpicked.
I'll be the first one to admit
about what he did.
I didn't like what he was doing at times at all.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. He was supposed to be this generation's Undertaker, and it got screwed up. I totally agree with what some people think. I actually agree with Fingers think sometimes too.
I'm gonna, and I said this when he got burnt total to a crisp. I said that's the end of what the Fiend character can be. Because Tommy Savoldi, I tell this story all the time.
We've heard it. We've heard it. We don't want to hear it again.
For the fans that don't, I'll repeat myself, and I don't give a shit. He would ask me once a year to bring in a guy that would want to come in once a year for a really good payday, and it was basically a guy hooking up to a swing wire. He lights himself on fire, but by the time he gets to the middle of the ring, he falls. He's lit on fire, and boom. And I said to Tommy, "Well, why only once a year?" He goes, "If a guy gets lit on fire from head to toe and burns and passes out in the ring, how can that guy come back to fight at all? He just burned."
Well, again, and that goes back to the way we were taught by Walter. If it doesn't look real, it's not worth doing.
So to myself, I thought right there that killed the Fiend gimmick by burning him and dousing him in the middle of the ring. But it all goes back to the way his character's written, where it's mythological.
Right.
Where his gimmick is mythological, just like Capelli said, Alexa Bliss with all this stuff. It's more of this, this new age bewitching of whatnot. So I whatever. It is what it is.
Right. It's just like on that aspect, they did that to the Undertaker. How many times they burnt him in a coffin? They buried him alive, and every time he came back is with an upgraded gimmick. Yeah. So if it was done right, it would have worked for the Fiend, but it wasn't. It wasn't done right, and I agree with that. I don't disagree with a lot of things because honestly, Monday Night Raw is the shits right now, and it's trending. It's going to stay the shits until he gets legitimate competition. I firmly. After thinking about what we talked about last night with what Capelli was saying, and then seeing certain things last night, then people coming out today and saying it, like Eric Bischoff saying, okay, what is Vince up to? He's feeding AEW all this talent. So, you know what I mean? Like Capelli didn't pull it out of his hat. He's onto something. And after hearing Bischoff say that on his podcast, I kind of think that's what he's doing. He's setting up the competition for a little while, and then he's going to swoop in and bury him. He still is. He should still selling. Go on WWE Shop. He's still number one.
It was a brush.
Yes, I know, and I agree with the finish. It sucked. I never discounted that.
Yeah,
never said it was a good finish.
I think everybody did not like the finish.
He should have wiped the mat with Randy Orton after being gone for so long. He should have destroyed him, and I totally agree with that. Totally agree.
I remember the conversation after that. That's when Jimmy Fingers lost it and said that Randy Orton lied on Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull Ranch on how he helped put over and elevate the young talent. Fingers, I remember all those little things that you nitpicked about the whole year. We're all up here. All up here. I remember all your episodes.
All right, get him off. I'm sick of looking at him. Fucking stupid.
All right, so
Monday Night Raw, in a nutshell, was a D-.
well, I watched it. Not going to be honest with you. I'm not. I was speaking to Rhonda's. The fans never pooped on Bray.
Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Shut up. Just quiet. If you're not going to come on, just be quiet. Don't even comment. Anyways.
Well, I thought last night by reaction, you guys made it sound like crap where, it starts off with Lashley and MVP out in the ring to set up with Goldberg. And, I know the promo wasn't the greatest, but I'm going to look at it this. Yeah. Listen, Goldberg's promos have actually gotten better as the years have gone on. Last night's promo was he went off to Neverland, almost like the Ultimate Warrior, and then capsized himself back on.
Well, everybody's going, oh, that's not his real son. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the marks are saying it's a replacement. Come on, like
Idiots.
Seriously, yeah, like I'm sure Fingers believes that it wasn't his real kid either.
No, the pictures prove it. He's just his son's 12 to 13 years old, and it's Bill Goldberg's kid. His kids sprout up like that all the time. He probably got him on the juice.
Before you get him on the juice.
So, I thought the promo was decent. And again, I'm going to judge it this way. I would have thought it was much shittier if it was in front of a bunch of jumbotron boards. But hearing the fans react, and to me, the fans bit on it. The fans were into what was going on. So,
yes.
I'm not gonna lie. If the fans are into it, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on it. Yeah. Where's that pink cat there? Oh my God! Look at that thing now. Now he dyed it. Now he looks like a country singer out of a Mack truck.
He looks like a hit got rolled out of a box.
Look at my cool hat and my.
How's your mouth, you freak?
And my cool beard.
How's your mouth feeling?
It's feeling pretty damn good to knock some sense into you, brother. Look at.
Listen, I don't.
Dude,
I don't.
to come to Tewksbury and light that chest up for about 10 minutes. It might kill him, but it'll be fun doing
it. You can check the stints out in his fucking heart surgery.
You can chop him right.
Please, if I chopped you once, you wouldn't get up.
You can't do it to that skinny chisel chest. You need to chop him again just so you can knock the heartbeat back in like a defibrillator.
Rumble, you need to go back and check out all the popped in crowd noise from Goldberg, from McIntyre. They had a malfunction.
Oh, get the hell out of here with that bullshit. Are you out of your mind? They didn't pump no crowd noise in. I'm sick of hearing bullshit too.
Jay, go back and look for
Shut
it.
up.
On McIntyre's entrance.
Okay.
Screwed up.
They made a mistake there.
Oh, I heard that noise like it was a different thing coming in. Yeah.
It was Michael Cole.
Yes.
Michael Cole was somehow involved, and you checked for the Goldberg chance, and then go back and look at all the crowd. They weren't saying nothing. They weren't saying
that's not true. That's not true, because I purposely wanted to see the crowd when they started chanting Goldberg, and they were chanting Goldberg.
Yeah, I think there was a few points, but I did hear that one with Michael Cole. I'm like, why is Michael Cole talking right now?
Because they were farting around in the truck, piping in noise, dude. In certain spots, especially with the Wyatt stuff, and the Alexa thing got booed.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't
of course
doubt it.
did.
Finally, it should. Yes.
But they have a mute button for that.
Yes. What did I tell you last?
You know,
Listen.
not for nothing. Okay, regardless of what happened between Bear Wright and the WWE, the marks out there shitting on and blaming her for it. She had nothing to do with it.
I don't blame Alexa Bliss for that.
No.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying other people. But she had to basically turn her Twitter account to private because people were abusing her on Twitter.
That's what I heard that.
Anything I say never reflects the talent. Let's just be clear about that. And I know you're not talking about me. I'm just saying that's horrible.
I seen some of those reports of her Twitter feed getting blown up with people blaming her. I think, from what I understand, I wish I posted. I believe Mickie James was one of those people.
She did, but she sent a follow-up tweet to say this is not on Alexa.
Okay.
But the way she put that first tweet out, she was blaming Alexa.
She put a tweet out immediately right after it, like taking it off.
And I can see, and I can understand where Mickie James is disgruntled with WWE because what they did with her with her gear, but that guy was fired immediately for doing that.
Yeah.
Putting her shit in the trash bag. So Triple H and Stephanie McMahon made good on that.
Yeah, but it's also been reported that happened to like countless amount of people. I mean,
that's because the guy's a piece of shit. That's why they did it.
Yep. I can attest. I met Mark Carrano. He's a arrogant jerk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't blame the whole company for hiring one asshole. You can't do that. Because if that was the case, we blame your company for hiring you, Fingers.
Have you guys heard the crap about what Ric Flair's situation? I don't know how.
No.
You guys can look into this app.
He posted something about being released and didn't blame WWE at all.
So far, what I've heard that it had something to do with the way Charlotte's been booked, with this whole Nikki Ash triangle. No, listen.
Okay, let him finish.
I'm not calling it fact. What I'm saying is what the only thing that I heard is that he texted Vince, says fix this right now or I quit.
Okay, that's not true. But go on.
That's all I got. I'm asking you guys.
All right, so now I can put two and two together. So Ric Flair put out a tweet like around noontime saying that it had nothing to do with the way things were going. He just wanted to. He thanked WWE and Vince for putting him in a good spot with his commercial ads and stuff like that, where he sees his future a different way than WWE does. So it had nothing to do with Charlotte Flair at all.
Yeah, but
because he's gonna end up in AEW.
Oh yeah, you know what the whole thing is? I read a little bit about that too. And Dirt Sheet Radio, there was a guy on there who said that Ric Flair knows to himself that he can still make money in the wrestling business, and that's what he's trying to do.
Right.
He knows his name. He knows his name is still worked.
I got blocked by Dirt Sheet Radio on Twitter because I freaking abused the shit out of them today. For the stupid comment. They made a stupid, dumb freaking tweet saying that NXT is unwatchable. So I replied with, take AEW's balls out of your mouth and wake up because I can see you're all a bunch of marks trying to run a freaking hot sheet. And then I would look at it and I go, you've been blocked by this user.
The only thing that we could say about that is NXT isn't as good as it used to be.
It's getting better. It's getting back to it. This breakout tournament's pretty hot. Huh?
I'll watch it later tonight.
Yeah, this breakout. I like this kid that's out now in the breakout tournament. He's pretty good. Well, hefty, but he's pretty good.
What you watching?
Nothing.
Monday night.
Oh, the boss is here.
Yeah.
Oh, nice move.
So, what did you guys think of the rematch 2-on-1 Thier versus Shanky and Drew McIntyre? Oh,
Dude,
bullshit was.
I'm sick of that angle already. It's only been 3 weeks in and I can't stand it.
Well,
stupid.
You figure what's it, 2 weeks till 3 weeks till SummerSlam, correct?
Yeah.
Then the week after that is when they do the Monday Night Draft, correct?
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, I don't. You know, I don't. It's hard for me to sit here and believe that the WWE is going to let or do what they're doing and not have something up their sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to let all this talent go and just be what? Like,
okay.
there's something going on. Like,
I don't think that's that it at all. I think Vince McMahon, okay, as the more that we talked about last night's program, as we are now 35 minutes deep and we talked about the opening segment of Raw, and that's about it. I
there's
believe
really not much to
compelling.
talk about.
I believe you me. I mean, I think that Raw was a C show last night. You know what I mean?
The best match of the night, in my opinion, was and honestly, I hate to say this, was the main event, which was Nikki Cross versus Flair.
Charlotte Flair, yeah.
And Flair put her over clean pin.
The fans were behind that match the whole time.
Is that why you liked it best, Mike? Because she lost.
What?
Is that why you liked it best because she lost?
Well, not for nothing. Well, yeah, kind of, because she has this mentality that even on her Instagram post that I follow her, she has this mentality that she actually is the queen of wrestling and that she's better than everybody else. And it just
all right.
She annoys the shit out of me.
I'll tell you this. You know something? When I complained about the Sasha Banks, Broken Skulls Ranch
that was a complete work. That was a complete work.
Okay. Hear me out. Well, I didn't like it because I felt it showed a horribly complete side of Sasha. And Bo Douglas told me that in their new social, in the social meetings they have, the social media and things and public appearances, they are told to act the way they would act at all times. They're basically told to be in character. So what if Charlotte's just playing that role of her being that character on Twitter?
I think this. I've seen a lot of interviews with Charlotte, probably not within the last couple of years, but going back, she seems like the most sweetest person on the planet.
You need to get stabbed for even saying that.
I'm telling you, she's a good person.
It seems that way to me too.
No,
she doesn't seem that way.
But honestly, dude, I'm sick of seeing her in the title picture week after week after week, getting the title, losing it, getting the title, losing it. Like, dude, push other people.
That's why
I'm so happy that Nikki Cross is getting a push because she deserves it.
Well, she got to lose
and
that
the
thing.
next person that should get a push is Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, Steven Tyler's daughter.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan. Fuck off.
Oh, you know you'd be all over me if I said that.
I'm tired, dude. I have to get up early tomorrow. It's not like bullshit with birds.
Well, I'm sorry, buddy.
I know it's Jason's world and we live in it.
Hey, it's party time. It's excellent. So this Vieira and Shaggy thing, man, like they go in there with steel chairs. Drew goes in there with a legit sword. And I'm going to say this from a working standpoint. That first swing that Drew McIntyre did with the Maharaja, buddy, that could have went drastically wrong. He could have cut.
You see how close he was to his hands?
That's what I mean.
Oh yeah,
like that was that was legitimately
He was inches away from his hands. If
Yes.
that's so brilliantly sharp, he could have took his fingers right off.
I could not believe that they brought that into effect. And hear me out, Jimmy Fingers, for Sesame Street. Do you think Big Bird would be swinging a sword at Oscar the Grouch or the Cookie Monster or maybe Snuffle Rufflegus because he's big? But
that's you, Snuffles. That fucking
other
beak
than
on
that,
your face.
That goes to show you, man, that they've been not doing edgy content. That they're rusty because he almost killed Jinder.
That's what I mean. So we go from the missionary position to how would we have explained it to your 5-year-old kid that Drew McIntyre just cut Jinder Mahal's hand off?
I honestly, from what I've been seeing SmackDown, and I don't watch SmackDown all the time because I have other things going on Friday night. What I'm seeing so far, what Raw's trying to do, they're trying to push the envelope again. That's what it seems like the route they're going to be taking.
Well, other than that, sports, I haven't seen any in edgy content.
There's actually blood on TV last night on Raw.
What was that?
There was actually blood on Raw last night.
Yes, I'm getting to that right now. Nia Jax. I watched that match twice. I rewound that thing and watched it twice. Not because I'm a Nia Jax fan, but because I wanted to see exactly where Rhea Ripley got her. She got her on that short arm clothesline when they were entangled. And instead of she got her right in the temple with the follow through with the fist on the clothesline. I was very impressed on the blood. And I'll tell you, not for nothing, Nia Jax probably did the best ever job she has in the ring that I've ever seen. Because when she got her selling was incredible. Whether or not she had lost equilibrium or the blood loss was making her sell like that. But I'll tell you, that was the best Nia Jax I ever seen was last night on Monday Night Raw. So I'm not going to knock her. I watched the match twice. She's got to ditch the poodle on her head, though.
She looks like Mount Fuji from Glow.
She does look like Mountain Fuji from Glow.
Yep.
I kind of like it, so you guys better be careful.
Oh, buddy, she looks like buddy. She looks like Shirley. She looks like a black Shirley Temple, and she ate all the temples.
I hate you right now. I hate you. Don't dye your hair some more, you fucking pain in my ass.
I don't dye my hair, you motherfucker. My hair is natural. The only person on here that dyes their hair is that
Bozo.
guy right there. That guy right there. Look at right now. If you didn't see his face, you would think it's Boogie Woogie Jimmy Valiant. He's so skinny.
You should braid that shit. You'll be look just like him.
That's my tribute to Dusty Hill, baby.
Yeah, Dusty Hill.
It's easy talk.
You ever think about braiding that?
Ho, bound all the time. Around the line to the on the range. There's a lot of nice girls there. Bam, 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 down. I don't remember all the words, but my neighbor used to listen to that. I used to love the ZZ Top songs.
Mike, did you give me a thumbs up on the metal church or what?
On the what?
When I covered metal church yesterday.
I didn't even see it, dude. I've been busy. I'll look at it.
Not too many people know.
There is an instrumental out there that I continuously hear. It hasn't been on for about a week on the Zolak and Bertrand. And it's got like drums and a horn. It's like and it's got like boom, with the trumpet. It sounds like it would be on like a House of Pain album. You know what I mean?
So, Fingers.
I want to steal the beat and use it for the show because along with learning this little banner thing I did, there's something where I cut us out and it would stream an intro in.
Fingers, I'm using your music August 14th.
Did you were you able to get it to a file or were you able to get it? Like how
I already downloaded it to a flash drive. That's it.
Okay, all right. If you still need it tweaked, I can tweak it.
No, it's perfect the way it is. To be honest with you, I love it.
So I'm going to say this: I'd have to believe if you believe the main event was the match of the night, the second match of the night right behind it, the roof came off. The United Center in Chicago last night when the hometown return of Mustafa Ali, along with Mansoor, went at it with T-Bag and Mace.
And they but they lost though. T-Bag and Mace.
Yeah. All right, listen, hear me out on this.
Still a good match though.
It was. I thought it was. It's starting to grow on me. T-Bar and Mace. Okay, they are becoming.
Oh, really?
They're becoming a good tag team. Yeah,
really?
I wanted them to ditch their gimmicks, but I understand why they haven't. And hear this: Vince right now, and still will always believe that nobody watches anything else but his. And to a certain extent, not many kids, like my son, didn't really start to get into NXT until it being on the USA Network, realistically. Did he watch it when it was on the network? Very sparingly, no. unless he's seen me watching it. But he watches more like Royal Rumble 2001, Royal Rumble 9. Like my son goes back and he watches a crap load of old wrestling for a 5-year-old kid. But NXT is new, so Mike, I know, I'll let you take over right from there on that point I was making.
Daddy.
Yeah.
And June's back to NXT.
Yeah, you love NXT, I know.
What did your son?
Old NXT.
What's that?
So what did your son think of the old stuff?
My son likes the old stuff. I think that's one of the reasons why a guy like Bill Goldberg, when he comes back to wrestle on Monday Night Raw, that makes my son happy. If Hulk Hogan came out and said he was going to wrestle, I bet you my son, JD, what would you do if Hulk Hogan was going to wrestle? You'd love that, huh? He's got a wide open mouth right now, like you know what I mean? So, listen, not every kid out there at 4, he's been doing this since he's 3.5, knowing how to get on the WWE network and now mastering Peacock. So, like, yeah, my son watches the old stuff. The other day he was watching, like, the mind-blowing thing is he went back to 2010, and he's like, Daddy, this happened before I was alive. And I tried telling him, it really did happen before you were alive. So, like, yeah, it's cool. So to my son, to get at that Sesame Street thing that we all hit at, yeah, to my son, there is nothing wrong with Bill Goldberg at SummerSlam. Right. That's all.
So NXT is geared towards that 18 to 49 demographic.
Yes.
So
I know a new man.
It didn't start coming into full light until it was put on USA.
Exactly.
So now, you got clowns like Dirt Street Radio saying it's unwatchable. It's not unwatchable. I think it's a better product than AEW right now. And it's because of the production, the way they work, they're working the cameras, they're doing what they're supposed to do. I know you're going to roll your eyes and make a face, Jay, but honestly, it is better than AEW. It really is.
Listen, hear me out. AEW has some good shows, but then they'll give you a show like they gave you last Wednesday that I told you about. That every match on there, in order to make the crowd happy and the television people audience happy, they have 10-man tags, 8-man tags, 6-man tags, regular traditional tags. You know what I mean? And there's just so much like, let's just face it, tag team wrestling, really, it's hard to have, other than if it's 2-on-2. Is there a storyline for real? Unless you go into a pay-per-view event and it's 10-on-10. They just so happen to make some interesting issues out of what they gave us. But listen, what mows that place down is you let a guy like Andrade's talk, and people who said, see, that's the big reason why Vince couldn't utilize him on the USA Network, because 2 minutes of making him letting him talk, what happens is the person changes the channel. Vince could care less that you're watching his product. It's what comes on after his product, a commercial. So now when you're not watching them commercials, that's where the people who buy the product and help keep the product alive are like, man, you know what I mean? So listen, it is what it is. I'm an AEW, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm in the business. For me to say that I don't want professional wrestling to be strong would be such a hypocritical oxymoron. It would be so horrible of me, because I want my fellow wrestlers, my fellow brothers, to have a place to work. So a place like AEW, to me, in ways, shapes, and forms, I don't own it. I'm not invested into it. But younger people that are coming through this could have jobs, feed their families, things of that nature. So to me, I would love to see a company like AEW be able to stick around and be able to provide more jobs for people in this business.
Mike, a comment, please.
What if the Undertaker comes at SummerSlam and there will be a celebration?
Well, I agree with Jay on probably all of it. I mean, I was just reading an update on Adam Cole, and
what the hell is going on?
The Undertaker on the main line,
What is going on?
And
so they are in the midst of trying to work out a long-term deal.
The Undertaker, if he comes back.
When was that?
They're in talks right now, I guess, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sure that in his language,
2007.
please do not bury me on the main roster.
Well,
listen,
that's the issue at the end, because I think they want him to go up to the main roster, and he wants no part of it. So if he doesn't go up to the main roster, they're going to let him walk. And I don't blame WWE for letting him walk if he doesn't want to go up to SmackDown or Raw. I get it. I'd rather see him on SmackDown because he probably won't get buried. Raw, he'll probably shit the bed. So I agree. I agree with him. If you know what I'm saying, I agree with WWE. If you don't want to go to the main roster, there's the door. I agree with that. They're running a business. Do I think it's a bad decision to let him walk? Absolutely. You should not let that man walk at all.
That's why it's safe to say that Vince McMahon, all right, a year down the road, a person like Adam Cole will not be able to let go anywhere, because if all these pieces of puzzles do go to AEW, it gives a viable product to watch. Eyes are able to go. And what if all of a sudden, next September, a year from now, basically, beginning the fall programming, what if AEW's debut on TBS is Monday night? You know what I mean? You got to think about these things now, and this is what I
don't disagree with that. I honestly think like it goes back to what I said before this idiot came on. Bischoff touched on it on his podcast, and I really do think now that McMahon's trying to start the Monday Night Wars again.
Yes, That's what it was his most profitable time.
And if he does it and turns around and wins it, everybody should bow down to the king and kiss his ring.
Can I tell you? There'll be. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see the only forbidden door you want. That you're going to see the only door that Vince wanted to proverbially open is
right there,
having a war with a legit company, because they were ready to roll. If that gate had opened and WCW opened that and Bischoff said it, if he wasn't such a pussy, what could have happened out of that?
It's going to happen. They're going to have it. It's going to happen, and they're going to have an interpromotional pay-per-view, AEW versus WWE. But who bankrolls it, Vince or Khan?
Buddy, it's going to be the WrestleMania of WrestleManias, guaranteed.
And who wins out of that? All of us.
Yes.
Right.
So that they to split that bankroll up and just be fine.
Right, but all right. So, but who goes over in that pay-per-view? WWE or AEW?
Can I tell you something? I think the main event, when you have the champion on champion, I think I would be happy on the fact of seeing an old school 60-minute draw.
Yep, Broadway. Yep, absolutely.
Then you have the captains, quote unquote, the best personas of each promotion come out, pull the guys apart. Everybody's in the ring, and the fireworks go off, and they give a wave goodbye and boo. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe they'll be able to blow up the ring better than AEW did.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a firm
Fingers,
believer
you
now.
your eyebrows. What is wrong with you? You're 51 years old. You look like a tard. What's wrong with you?
It's called midlife crisis. He's like, I gotta look cooler than my kids. It's all right. I'm right there with you. I just wouldn't put them foolish things in my eyebrows. I understand the Fred Flintstone jazz musician goatee, though. Skiddly, wow, 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 wow. What'd you guys think of Dewdrop versus Tamina the last night?
Please.
What do you mean by that, Mike?
Dewdrop one more time, I'm slapping fingers.
Piper Nevin. What'd you think of Piper Nevin?
Piper Nevin.
She can work.
No, it's not.
Yes.
She's stuck in a terrible gimmick, but she can work.
Yeah, I think she'll be out. I don't think she's going to be out of that terrible gimmick anytime soon.
Nope. But I do have to say that Eva Marie is getting good heel heat because she's that bad.
Yes.
Hey, Daddy.
Even with all the work Brian Kendrick did with her, she's still crappy.
Daddy, look at my...
She is still that crappy. Yeah,
unless she's working everybody and just being that bad in the ring on purpose, but I don't know.
Imagine that. I don't think she's that smart.
I don't think she's that talented.
So then I believe at first this match of Priest and Ricochet versus Morrison and Sheamus, I believe that started off as a singles competition.
Yeah.
It, and then two got involved and hopped in, yes.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, Ricochet looks really good.
Yes. That he does. He's ready to lead Fox on SmackDown in the upcoming weeks. Because I guarantee he's another guy that Fox wants.
Yeah.
I guarantee Fox.
That's why they just re-signed him to another 3-year deal.
You know, I think that's another. And now people knock this Riddle Almost match. I thought Almost did a great job last night.
Okay, so let's talk about that because Capelli was crapping all over that.
Daddy,
You
Did he
cannot,
not win.
no. In reality, not put almost over. He is 7 feet tall.
But he did some
not,
great selling.
He should not be off his feet. Mean something. Either Orton comes back and RKOs him out of nowhere, or they double team him. But he should not be bumping for Riddle. He should not be bumping for Orton one-on-one. I'm sorry.
I love Capelli to death, but he should watch himself in the ring. No right to say,
no, don't go there. No.
To say, almost. Like, sorry, Capelli, I love you. But there's a reason why I gave you
That's not me. Stop it.
That's the reason why I gave you the Capelli crossface, and I put your wrestling career to the end, and I believe it was 2001 in Malden, Massachusetts, on Oakland Street at the Italian American Citizens Club. Not the one across from Pearl Street Stadium. The other one.
Didn't I really break his shoulder?
I believe you did. Yeah, you helped break his shoulder while he was tag teaming with you up in EWA.
Daddy.
It's not on me. Hey, we made it to MTV, so we were good.
So, anyways, I thought it was a good match. I thought his selling was good. And listen, Bleacher Report just don't hand out good grades to the WWE like they do AEW. And for Bleacher Report to grade this match a B, I believe that my eyes did not deceive me because I thought Almost looked great last night.
He did.
And what people don't understand, working the past 71 weeks, especially if you're one of these green guys that's never worked in front of a crowd, and your whole developmental time was spent in front of TV cameras to come out and work. That's like almost
Dominic Romero, whatever.
Dominic Mysterio.
Almost puked all over the place when he went out in front of a live crowd for the first time.
What did you think of the match there, Jimmy Sticky Fingers? What did you think of Almost and Riddle?
That was almost his best match.
Yeah. I thought his selling was on point. The way he would sell the kicks, go down to a knee, and
I was playing close attention to him because he was singles competition.
Well, and then we have the viewer's choice match of the rematch that they wanted to see, and it was Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee.
Much better match.
I thought it was a better match. I thought it was I thought it was shaky at the beginning. My honest opinion. It was very shaky at the beginning.
Did you notice how emotional Keith Lee was after he won?
Yes. So where does that put Keith Lee right now? Because doesn't he have a big announcement next week or something like that?
I think they squashed their heat. That's why they went over.
But why would they do that? Now, again, I said this before. 2 weeks ago, you disagreed with me. This week, regardless or not, if Keith Lee's a former NXT champion, main roster guy, as Triple H, are you not, or the guys down there, are you not scratching your head on why this guy is losing on national TV? And its credibility goes down. I don't care. I'm sounding like Sticky Fingers right now. I believe his credibility goes down.
I'm going to explain this to you two morons. Clear as I can say it. Adam Cole exposed him for what he is. Gargano did it in the ring. So his credibility was shot by NXT people. He's not a good worker at all. He sucks on the mic. He is the type of worker that needs to be fed jobbers.
Yeah.
Make himself look like a monster.
So what made him so good in Impact?
It's who they put him with.
Yeah.
You could put figures in the ring with you and I, and he'd be a superstar because we would do the job for him. We would put him over. We would make him look like he's $1 million. It's who they put him with. If you noticed his title defense against all 5 people, how much of that was he involved in?
Yeah, I get you. That he was a lot of time he was on the outside, so he's going to lose the belt handily. But what does that do for the credibility of Samoa Joe? You know what I mean?
What does it do to the credibility? I think it improves Samoa Joe's credibility and puts him back to being who he was before he got hurt and before he went up. That's what I think. But what does it do for Karrion Kross? They need to keep him off of TV for a while and then have him come back and just murder everybody.
Yes.
Because the fans will forget. I mean, I understand.
Where's Scarlett been, and why do they not put her on the main roster with Karrion Kross?
I think it's part of the punishment. I think it's part of him being stupid out back and not getting what he wants. And they're stuck with him unless they release him for the next 5 years. So he's got to take his lumps and eat it.
Okay.
And if he's smart, and eat the shit that he's given, like Triple H did back in the day, he could be a star. If he gets with the right people, learns how to work better. But Cole exposed him tremendously. And that's what he was mad about.
Yep. So here's a lesson I'm going to learn that on never to read or never to believe what you read online. And from the looks of it, the way somebody posted last night about how Reggie just dumped his name and made himself Reggie instead of Reginald. There you go. And then Metamucil. Yep. You have fiber problems there, buddy?
You bet. I'm an IBS sufferer.
Okay. I shit perfectly normal.
I shit twice a day. I'm good.
Yeah, me too. I shit at least twice.
Yeah, but you can't count the information that you guys count as shitting.
I'll give you that one, buddy. That was a good one.
We learned it from you.
Yeah.
Let's just be the fountain of misinformation like Jimmy fucking Stinky Fingers. I blow Tony Khan on a daily basis.
So I read this thing and people make it seem like Reggie just came out and cut a promo and said, "Hey, I'm going to fool you all that my name is Reggie and that I speak normal." Kofi. So I put up a comment to that, and I said, Kofi Kingston wins the Intercontinental title, and all of a sudden he's not from Jamaica no more, and drops the name Kingston. Now he's from Ghana, West Africa. So, with that being said, when I watched this match last night, Reggie perfectly went on and explained exactly what was happening, where Kofi never did that because Kofi couldn't explain the fact that when he won his first Intercontinental belt, okay, that match was being aired in Ghana, West Africa. His grandparents still live there. They're from a village, small village in Ghana, West Africa, okay? And his grandmother called his mother in tears, wondering why Kofi was saying he was from Kingston, Jamaica, and talking in a Jamaican accent. and they felt like he was ashamed of where he came from. That's how much the people in West Africa believed the quote unquote gimmick. That's the real reason why Kofi Kingston dumped the whole Jamaican gimmick, because his village in Ghana, West Africa, felt that he was ashamed of being from there. And that's the real true story on Kofi Kingston becoming from Ghana, West Africa.
Right. Well, I can see where that would be a problem for his family, because they don't understand the business and it's disrespectful. I get that.
Like, and where they were watching it was at like the village community center. Like, these people don't even get TV in the village. You know what I mean? So it was like a national Kofi Kingston holiday.
The best part of it about the whole thing is when Triple H blew up, he goes, "Are you Jamaican?"
So
I remember that.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that Reginald isn't Reginald, and that he's Reggie, and that he doesn't have his accent. I'll be honest, because he came out and he explained it, and not for nothing.
I like him better.
He was a U.S. gymnast at one time.
He was part of Circus Soleil, wasn't he, for a little while?
Yeah, he was a U.S. gymnast, and he was part of Circus Soleil. Yep, very talented.
He looks good in there. He does.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. I want to know Facebook user who complimented my microphone. I like the light on the mic. It probably helps you understand when you are on a live mic or not. It could when I turn it off. Absolutely. So, what did you guys think of that? Of
Joey Rosario.
Okay, what's going on, Joey? I believe that is an original follower here in the Gorilla Position Network. A good friend of the Sticky Fingers group.
He was the one who made the comment
on
your AEW WWE meme.
No, it was Joey Kilmartin that made that one that goes, well, it's a kid's product, and I had to tell him, read the meme over. It didn't mean that. It just meant the craziness of the fans of each promotion. I am a wrestling fan. I'm not a fan of either promotion. I shit on the WWE just as much as I'll shit on AEW. You know what I mean? I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Competition is good, and it gives everybody a job to go. And can I tell you something? It keeps people on their feet, because if they can't perform at one place and then they go to another and they can't perform, they're realistically going to be out of a job. And then it doesn't matter about any writing, any storytelling groups or any of that. That's one of the main reasons why I put up Tyler Breeze's comment was for you.
What are you doing, you retard?
Was purposely for you, Sticky Fingers. I put that up for you. To read Tyler.
And then I responded. I was like, sounds like he's not getting any offers, and he's looking to get called back to Vince for a fraction of the price.
Yeah. Can I tell you, a lot of guys aren't getting, like Fandango ain't. He's not out there saying.
Fandango's going to be the last labor of Jericho because of the Fandango angle.
Interesting.
Of Jericho putting him over at Mania. That would be a great one, and it would be fun.
Yeah, but they can't make a fan. He'd have to be Johnny Curtis.
So
we know him very well. We used to beat that kid up when he was younger in AEW and EAW.
I've known him even before I used to beat him up. He used to be a fan, and I used to do that gimmick that was like Raven.
And you both have complimented him over and over again for his work.
Oh God, yeah. So proud of him that he he did what he needed to do to get into the business.
Exactly. But yeah, that would be kind of cool if he is. Listen, even if Tyler Breeze is kissing butt to get a job, he's right. I'm sorry. He's right.
Hey, man, livelihood is livelihood, man. I was just informed today that it's going to be mandatory that I take the vaccine in order to come back to work. And guess
Wow.
what? I'm going to take the vaccine because I can't compromise my livelihood.
Some way, shape, form, by the end of the year, there will be a way that everybody will end up having to take this vaccine because it'll mean their job in a way, shape, and form.
You won't be able to sue anybody either. Like,
Yep.
if anything would have happened to me, it's written into the law that no one's liable. What can I do?
See, the thing of it is with that, and it's gonna cause a civil war at some point. It really is. It's unfortunate too. I'm trying to wait until the fall or until I get laid off to take the vaccine because I don't know how it's going to react with me. I don't want to.
Well, Mike, they're working on getting it FDA approved soon.
What's what?
And once they do that, I'll feel a little better about it. But as long as it's not FDA approved, I don't like it.
Yep. My son was saying Sasha Banks just came back to SmackDown.
And she came for the women's title.
Yeah, she came for the women's title. Yeah. So what did you guys think of the main event between Charlotte and Nikki Ash? There was some "This is awesome" chants. It seemed like the fans were really into this match.
In our celebration on network, and that
Nikki Cross is growing on a lot of people real quick.
Yeah.
They celebrate.
Nobody dislikes Nikki Cross. Nobody.
Yeah. So do you think those things that was? Do you think that those things that were being said about her at house shows was all a bunch of things that were just basically untrue, or is it that the gimmick is legitimately growing on people for people to share it?
A lot of this stuff.
Go ahead,
Jimmy.
No, I was going to say that if there are boos coming her way, it's more or less for the gimmick, not her.
Yeah.
Dude, take that comment down. Like, why do you leave it up there fucking for an hour?
I just was looking at it, man. I fall asleep, buddy. See how Flair left. Yeah, I see how Flair left with his head held high. It's because he knows he's going to end up making money.
No, I wonder who's running their mouth now.
Jay.
3 catches and 2
Ric Flair has real heat with Arn and Tully.
Ric Flair has real heat with Arn and Tully?
Yes.
Yes, because when he was sick, they never called him or anything.
And I think neither of them showed up at who's his youngest son who died?
Reed Flair.
I don't think either one of them showed up at the funeral either.
Wow.
So that kind of makes me think that he won't go to AEW because of that. Because
me too,
Flair is a hold a grudge. Look how long he held a grudge against Eric Bischoff that they had to stick them two in a room with Vince McMahon to iron things out so that they could work together.
So what if hear this out. What if Tony Khan goes to Ric Flair and goes, "What would it take for me to hire you?" And Ric Flair goes, $1 million, Arn and Tully fired. Does Tony Khan? Why?
No way.
You're telling me Ric Flair don't fit better with
No, do you know why? Do you know why? Because Iron and Tully Blanchard are 2 key members backstage. Flair wouldn't be able to do that right now, the condition that he's in. He wouldn't be able. That's a hard schedule.
How can Tony trust his health, too? Because he's back to drinking again. He's not supposed to be drinking.
Yeah.
Who, Flair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's pictures of him having drinks with Cena. Oh yeah, yeah. The last time he was on TV, his face was beet red because he was drinking again. And he isn't drinking lightly. I'm telling you that he's probably pounding him like he was before.
And I'll tell you this too, man. This could be part of the reason why Vince was so easy to let him go, so he doesn't die on his watch.
Oh man, yep.
Speaking of bad shape, is it true what I'm hearing about Brandito? He's in critical condition?
Well, wait a second. I just talked to him the other day.
His mother or sister posted saying he's on complete kidney failure and he's in critical condition.
So after posting what we posted about him, there's been another update on him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't want to hear that.
It's a kick in the balls, dude. It really is.
Oh man, I gotta find a way. I'm gonna have to try to get. Oh man.
I filled out the form to see if I was a match, but I'm too big. I'm too heavy.
What?
What happened?
Brandino's real sick and could be it might be in the hospital, buddy. My son loves Brandino.
We all do.
Yeah.
I talked to him the other day on Facebook Messenger and asked him how he was doing. He said he's okay, but he's sick.
I talked to him a week ago when he found out, and yeah, I believe he went to wrestle on a show Saturday night.
Yeah, APW.
Okay.
The last time he was on Facebook was Monday when I talked to him. That's the last time he's been on.
I'm going to have to get in touch with Joey then. Fuck.
Somebody's got to come through. Somebody's got to come.
All right. Well, with that being said, man, I'm going to watch NXT. I'm going to watch AEW, and we'll have a good show on Thursday night. And let's let all the prayers and thoughts go out to one Brandon Langley, aka Brandino Davis. Man, I really hope this isn't true.
You know. So I'm going to come out of character for a few minutes because, and you know me, Jay, I don't really let my emotions out too much. So there's a few things bothering me right now, okay?
Yeah.
And one of them is definitely Brandino because I love the kid. He's taken our shit with a grain of salt and became one of the boys. Another one is Tyler Blanchard. He's 18 years old. He's got multiple brain cancer tumors in his head, and he's fighting like a bastard to survive. Okay?
Who's this?
It's a kid. His name is Tyler.
Yeah.
And I posted a T-shirt, Warrior T-shirt for him online.
Okay.
So I have an 18-year-old. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not fair that people that we care about and at a young age have to go through this bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's really not fair, you know. And the whole Tyler situation is really hitting me hard because I have a daughter his age. His life is just starting, just like my daughter's life. And that kid, at 15 years old, wanted to be a wrestler in the worst way. Right? And we were going to train him when he turned 18. And here we are. He's 18 years old, going to be 19 this month. And they gave him 3 months to live.
Oh, my God.
3 months. At 19 years old, they gave him 3 months to live. So that's one kick in the left nut. The other kick in the other nut is now we're hearing about Brandino. Brandino is family. He's a brother. And it fucking bothers me that we can't fucking get that nobody is stepping up to help this kid. I tried, and I got denied because of my weight. You just need somebody to be a match so the kid can live his life. He's only 34 years old. He's a baby.
Yep. I posted about it today. He's not only like a brother,
exactly,
not like, and not just a friend, but like to me because of the age difference and him being my student. He's like a son. Like he's like a son to me. That there's a special group of them.
Every time he comes into the locker room, he lights the place up with his smile, his attitude. And so he wrestled Saturday night. And he was having a hard time after the match. I'm like, dude, are you all right? He goes, I just found out I got kidney disease. I go, excuse me? And you're wrestling? He goes, well, I can. It calms down. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to be in the ring. If I knew that, I never would have let him in the ring. He didn't tell nobody.
I knew.
And I get the kid loves the business, but your life is more important than wrestling.
To him, that's the only way to him to go out because he can't go out on the football field. And understand this, you do understand his mom is a very sick woman. His mom has been battling in and out of battling cancer for the past 10 years.
Yes, I know this. Like, what the fuck?
She'll go she'll go into remission, and then then things won't go good. And there's that group, just the Brandinos, the Mullets, the Beavers, even Burley was thrown into that whole Everett group that came in to train with me when I was behind the White Hen Pantry.
Yeah.
Just that whole group that, you know what I mean, Mike? Remember, you were there too.
Yep.
You remember all them guys coming in.
Yeah,
it was
I helped out Burley tremendously.
Yep. Some of the dudes used to all be afraid of you to take your chops to go out there for the first time. I don't want to face Apocalypse. He's going to beat me up. I'm like, well, that's what's supposed to happen.
Welcome to the business.
So,
it's just,
man.
This whole year, it's it's been rough for me. We're talking about mental health and shit like that. I know turning 50 is just a number, but it bothers me a little bit. And then, people that I'm close with are getting sick, and it's hard. It's
kind of funny you say that, man, because obviously we're all in the same age group.
Yep, I'm 49.
I had a huge problem turning 50, but like as when we first started going into COVID for all of 2020, me personally, it almost feels like a delayed reaction. But 2021 feels worse to me than 2020, and I
totally agree.
Yes,
I totally agree. This whole year with the weather, everything, it's just been horrible.
I read a report today, and I'm not a big reader, but when I do read this article caught my eye, and they say if you think that the mental illness that people suffered through during the lockdown, that it is going to last coming out of the lockdowns. The repercussion of it is going to last for about a 10 to 20 year period on the mental repercussions of what we just went through, a lot of us.
It's like a delayed shock reaction.
Exactly.
Like I can remember being when I was 16 years old, when I lost my dad. I went through that whole year. I was affected by it, but I got demolished by it a year after.
Yeah.
Once reality set in and it was digested through my system, and I realized, he was really gone.
Yeah.
Shock gets you through so far, and then when it wears off, you got to face it eventually.
It's awesome that you say that. I lost my mother at 15, going into my sophomore year of high school. And I went through a huge bout for 2 years I went through drug addiction. I signed myself out of the school I was in to 6 months later just be able to go back to Malden High School because it wasn't the original school I started out at. I threw my life away. It wasn't until my senior year that, things started to get a little bit better. And, Motto, who I hold in, like, Motto is one of my best friends in the whole wide world. And high school friends, too, man. Motto really did a lot for me. And Motto's like, dude, don't let senior year go by. You at least got to play baseball. And I listened to Motto. And I went out for the team, and I made the team my senior year in baseball. So I was proud of that fact.
Do you got contact with him still?
I'll talk with him on Facebook every night, just commented. But I heard he flew off the handle, dude. I heard some real, bad stuff went down. Like his wife ended up being a school teacher and cheating on him with students and stuff like that, like Pamela Smart type stuff. And he had it filmed and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that happened a couple of years ago, and it was bad. He ended up doing time over it. But he's okay. He's A-okay now, though, man. He overcame all of it. He's got a new girl. He's got his son back. He's living out in I think he's living out in Gloucester now.
Wasn't he in jail? He was a jail guard at one time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. But I was in contact with him while it was going down, and he wasn't in a good place. He came to my house because when my kids were small, he used to live next town over. So we spent a lot of time together when our kids were small.
Yeah.
So before he went into the can, he had to get out of the house. So he brought all his tools over to my house, to keep him safe.
Yeah.
And they're still there.
Wow.
He hasn't come back for him yet.
Wow. Yeah, I see. He takes pictures because he must be in the union now. So he takes pictures on top of buildings and stuff like that and posts them.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend. I see that. I follow him. Yep.
He got so screwed on that deal, man. Of course he went over the edge.
Yeah. I would too, man.
So, Verizon from NXT just signed with AEW.
Everrise? Really?
Yeah.
I thought you just said terrorizing.
Yeah, me too.
No.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I know. I wrestled with the team Everrise back in 1999.
Yeah, they're in a picture with Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I wrestled with them. I forget their original name. They came down. They wrestled for Tony, and they wrestled for Sheldon out of Canada.
Back to what we were talking about.
Yeah,
mental issues. Yeah. So I went. What I went through, Jay, a couple years ago with Janet and everything.
Yeah, he was living in hotels and homeless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If it wasn't for my wife now, I probably wouldn't be here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I finally met somebody that cares about who I am and not what I can do for them. You know what I mean? She cares about me and how we make each other happy, and that's that's what I care about.
Yeah.
I mean, if I lived in a refrigerator box with her, I'd be happy.
Yeah, man.
So, but I still fight it every day. I fight myself. I fight my immortality every day.
Yeah, I do too, buddy.
It doesn't go away. It gets better, but it doesn't really go away. I'm on this weight loss journey now, and I'm trying to lose as much weight as I can. Because I do want to keep myself a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I have some stuff to prove.
I'm glad you're opening up, Mike, and I'm glad you're talking about this subject because I can identify.
Jay knows I keep everything to myself. So
No,
yeah.
but when you reach the subject of mortality, okay, where I connect with that is that I developed at an early age what you call early death syndrome,
Yep.
And that was just because of me being surrounded by losing loved ones in massive amounts. Like my mother, my father, all dead in their 50s. My aunts and uncles, all dead in their 50s. So the thing that runs in my family is the heart disease, right? So at age 17, I was like, okay, well, I guess I got till 50. So every year was just like it was like sand in the hourglass, counting backwards. I'd be like, okay, time's running out, And what happens? I end up getting it. Now, in one sense, it was good that my paranoia about the whole thing kept me going every year to get looked at, to get every stone turned. Then anytime I felt something funny, I was like, well, check it. And I mean, the only thing that I made a mistake on is like 7 years ago, they said, well, your cholesterol's climbing, you should probably get on medication. I says, no, I got this. I think I'm gonna skip the curse. Sure enough, what happened. You know what I mean? I wound up with four gimmicks in there, but I don't have any damage because I was on top of it. And now I look at it like, part of me feels like I cheated death. And this is the psychotic part about it. Because I cheated death in that way, I feel it's going to come get me a different way, in a stupid way. Right. Like, honestly, when I was sitting in the dentist chair and I knew that they were going to dope me up that much, I was like, you watch, I'm going to die in the dentist chair just by getting anesthesia or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? Like, the wheels up here spin in all different directions, man. And we're at an age now, guess what? People die at this age.
Yeah, they do.
People start developing their health problems at this age. And it's just unavoidable.
Yep.
All we can do is take the best care of ourselves as we can, not take life too seriously.
That's why at 48 years old, 47 years old, I changed the way I eat. I try to eat as clean as I can. You know, I go off the rails sometimes.
Yeah, but Mike, it is. I mean, yes, being heavy puts you in a disadvantage sometimes, but when it comes to hot stuff, it doesn't really matter what weight you are. If you've got something,
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I mean, but I as a kid, I suffered from rheumatic fever.
You know, you could look at like diabetic issues as a problem with being heavy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that you got to pay attention to. And the only thing you can is eat right. And if you're doing that now, then there's nothing more you can do, man. Just be happy. And I
think we're boring Jay. He's yawning.
That's what I'm here for you, to keep you happy. I make you happy.
You do.
I just like abusing you. That's all. It's fun.
But that's what I mean. That he makes you happy.
Yeah, he lightens up my day when I get to abuse him on mine.
Like when he told you, Fingers, to stop putting comments up, I'm like, fuck no, that makes the show.
Just get out of here and take your abuse like a man.
Sometimes him just being Bobby Heenan is the best thing ever.
That's it, man. The only reason I came on is because you called me to come on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about Raw.
I listen. I just like talking wrestling. It don't matter if you talk Raw or not. It's professional wrestling, man. I come to grips with we're not gonna love everything. And then I come to the realist on. I watched the wrong program because Friday night seems to be the better of the two main roster programs.
That's because Fox is writing it. That's why. Well, nobody gets that.
And then, did you hear about it earlier today there, Fingers? Did you read about the executives at USA and Fox are not happy with the recent releases, especially after the most recent one of Bray Wyatt?
No, tell me. Talk to me.
I read on a couple of different spots that the executives, because they obviously these executives think highly on the Bray Wyatt gimmick, because let's face it, they all know what the merch brings in, they know what the characters are, so they're going to want those characters on their television network so that their television network is being seen. Now, what brings it to my brain is that the rumors of Roman Reigns going to Raw, I was starting to eat them up because Fox was the one that was truly the most saddened by Bray Wyatt leaving. That it was speculated that would have been the one thing that would have let Roman go to Monday would have been Friday night would have been featured around Bray Wyatt.
Let me ask you guys something on a business level, from the business standpoint. You guys are better served to answer this than I. How many board of directors do you think Vince has to answer to with these TV deals? A lot?
A lot.
Okay. Let me ask you guys.
If he gets enough pressure from the board of directors, he will bring Bray Wyatt back.
Okay, well let me flip the question around again a little bit. Okay, if he has a lot of these board of directors, right? Now Vince clearly he owns the company.
Yeah.
But the stake that these board of directors have, does a board of directors team have within their rights to remove someone from that position of power?
I would believe yes. And I believe the only reason why they haven't gone for that is because there's realistically, when push comes to shove, there's nobody that could honestly take Vince McMahon's seat.
But if they were to make a move or try to make a move like that, isn't there someone?
From what I understand, the only reason why they haven't put Triple H there or Triple H hasn't been put there is because the real businessmen of this world don't respect people in that type of world that don't have degrees. That's why it's always been sought that they would more or less respect Stephanie as the top dog than they would Triple H, because Stephanie has the right degrees and is college educated. And when you're part of those publicly shared companies, you're looked down upon. As brilliant as Triple H is, those big wigs, they look down on somebody like Triple H.
Yeah, but don't you think Triple H and Stephanie are in lockstep with each other?
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that. Yes.
Okay, because when you're talking about people being upset about, like, say, releasing someone like a top merch seller like Bray, like, at what point do the board of directors come in and say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?"
When they're not having Brecken rake and profit quarters. How's that?
Okay.
Let me know when we're not making money, and then I'll complain, and then I'll remove it. This is my exact words: were, "Hey, Fingers, you're on the board." I'd be like, "Let me know when we're not making billions, and then come back to me, and I'll let the old retarded guy. I'll fire him from his job, because right now the old retarded guy been doing a pretty good job for the past 39 years."
But you also have to look at it this way. And this is the way I look at it. So WWE is a publicly traded company, right?
Yeah.
They're public. So he has a shareholders to answer to.
I like this right here. Whoever wrote this, I can see to that, especially with the way the world is leaning towards. Yeah, female only. Yep. Okay, I can roll with them punches. Go on, Mike.
So he has shareholders to answer to, correct?
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
So USA is not happy with the product that's being put out on Raw. They want it more edgy. They want it more pushing the envelope again. They freaked when they released. You're right. They did freak when Bray Wyatt got released. He'll get enough pressure from these people. You will see Bray Wyatt back in the WWE ring sooner or later.
Will have to be before 90 days.
I think they're going to pull something off. He shows up at SummerSlam, and either in Worlds, The Fiend, a different character, different gimmick, whatever. But something's big's going to happen. He's not doing this for no reason whatsoever. Something's gonna happen, and they got to sleeve. And again, I could be way off base, and they could give a fuck less what people think. And he's just doing what he wants to do. But I got a feeling that something big's gonna happen. Something
I
huge.
forget about 2 weeks ago, there was an article that came out, and I'm not sure if it was Dave Meltzer, but it was one of the important, respected writers. And he said that Vince isn't writing wrestling for me, you, or anybody else. He was specifically, he don't care what we think. You know?
We should care. Because we, as fans, pay the salary.
Mike, there's somebody there holding hope that you're right.
Well, I'm hoping I'm right too, because I just, like I said, I just have a feeling something big's going to happen at SummerSlam that people are not going to see coming.
The one thing I didn't bring up is the rumors of I forget the name of the MMA commentator that came out and said that he knows for a fact that Brock Lesnar signed with a major promotion, and it's not the WWE. What do you think the truth is to that?
It's not AEW either.
What other major company is there?
New Japan.
Yeah, because it's already been, the AEW rumors have been debunked. He talked to them for about 3 minutes and told them to kick rocks.
I'd like to see that, Brock in New Japan. That would be cool.
Yep, it'd just be going back. He's already been there. Him and Prince Albert, aka Matt Bloom, the developmental instructor, head of developmental NXT, they were the tag team champions.
Wow.
I love that.
Brock was huge over in Japan. You didn't know that, Fingers?
No, I didn't.
Wow, I would think for a super fan like you would have known that.
I did not know that.
And we're back to normal programming, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking Jimmy Fingers' balls.
Brock Lesnar was in New Japan has a video game out. He was in the video game.
Hey, listen, we end this because I need to go to bed.
Now I'll just end it with this. Tyson, what was the guy? Tyson Tomko.
Yeah.
That was another partner of Brock Lesnar while he was in Japan.
No shit.
Yep.
Guess what? Rock is training.
Yep, the Rock. My son just showed me on YouTube. The Rock is training. So, all right, boys. Hey, Forbes, what did you think about the little gimmick ticker that I got going along the screen? How'd you like that while you was watching?
I didn't notice it.
You didn't notice Tuesday Night Raw Talk on Gorilla Position Network, streaming live through Facebook and YouTube.
I'm on my phone. No, I didn't.
You didn't see that? I'm getting a little. I'm starting to learn. Finally, I'm tinkering with some of these things on this StreamYard app, trying to learn some things.
Mike, you got any leads on a new graphic for the background yet?
I'm working on it. I'm actually in talks with somebody. I need selfies from everybody.
Okay.
Capelli's all set. I already got the kazoo graphic going.
I can send you my cartoon graphic that I already have.
The one that's on my
send me that.
Yeah.
I need selfies from everybody. I'll have this month. I'll try to have it done by the end of the month because shit's just been going sideways.
I don't know. I'll let's check into the validity of Angle fighting in New Japan against Brock Lesnar. I'm not sure about that, but maybe.
Angle hasn't looked very good though. I mean, the last match
he needs to have his neck fused again.
Oh.
He just came out and said it that he has to have that surgery again, so he's completely done.
Yep. All right, boys. So Thursday Night Throwdown, we'll talk some NXT and some AEW. Any parting words from Mr. Jimmy Fingers?
I love Mike King.
Okay. Stiff Mike, we got anything to say?
Fingers, you suck, you mark. Shut up.
All right. So, anyways, it's been awesome having you guys on. Let's hope for a speedy recovery from other panel member, Mr. Adam Jack Pelly, home.
His new name is going to be Pegleg. Continue.
Okay, and the thoughts and prayers for Mr. Brandon Langley. I am going to either myself or Mike will repost our share from our Facebook so the people on this page can see what's going on, and maybe one of these people, one of the 127 members here of the Gorilla Position Network on a glorious privately used Facebook page might be able to help, or may know somebody that could help.
Yeah, and listen, if anybody on here, if you see this in a replay or whatever, I will repost it tonight on the Gorilla Position. It's a link. Just please fill it out. You might be a match. You might be able to save somebody's life we care dearly about.
Yeah. And remember, man, if we can go on and start sharing the product through our own personal Facebook, go on YouTube, just punch in the Gorilla Position, hit the share, and man, that would be so awesome so more people can follow and see. Well, with that being said, for 2 for the pink, 2 for the stink, Jimmy Fingers, for the APOC Stiff Mike, I'm the BBB Jason Rumble, and for my little sidekick, JD Rumble, we'll see y'all Thursday night for Thursday Night Throwdown. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe one. Bada bing, we're gone.
I'm posting it right now.